And then my grape. Hello. I have a little bit of a glitter filter going because it is Christmas time. I should have my tree behind me. I do have a tree. Welcome. I wanted to talk about, well, you know, the Christmas time, the holiday, the stress, and the eating. So, how are you guys doing? How are you doing with the eating? How are you doing with the Christmas eating? And I just wanted to talk about how at this time of year, it seems like it's just so, people get stuck. We get stuck in our stories and our excuses and things we tell ourselves and the things we think need to be a certain way. Because people bring all these, we all have these treats around. And sometimes, right? It's like, well, I can't help it. Of course I'm going to eat these things. I can't stop. I can't just have one. I'm going to eat the whole bowl. Or they brought this into the office and I didn't bring my lunch. And so of course I ate way too much of this stuff, right? You don't have to do that. We don't have to continue that. It's just these habits and patterns and things that we've told ourselves that are, of course we're going to do it. Just of course I'm going to do it that way. And also it's who you surround yourself with, what they do, what they think, what they say. The same with the way you were raised, right? So when this time of year comes, people are already expecting in November, oh my God, Christmas is coming. It's going to be so stressful. I just can imagine. I can imagine what it's going to be like. I can imagine all the foods. How am I going to avoid all those foods? Oh my God, this is going to happen. And I can just see myself eating way too much. And I'm going to eat way too much of that chocolate. And then I'm not going to feel good. And then I'm going to gain 5 pounds, right? Or, oh my God, I love eggnog. So I'm going to overdrink eggnog. And, right? So just notice what you're telling yourself. Just notice the things you're hearing from other people around you. It doesn't have to be that way. You can choose. We all have a choice. You're not helpless. And I think it's so funny when I hear, I just can't help myself. Yes, you can help yourself. Yes, you can. It may not be super easy to help yourself. You may have to practice. It's all about practice. It's all about getting better and better with something. When you have the conscious awareness, when you're going into work, let's say, and you're like, okay, Diana, you can set some intentions. For one, please bring 2 green smoothies to work, 1 in the morning, 1 to have in the afternoon. They greatly decrease your blood cravings, balance your blood sugars, give you more fiber, give you more nutrients. And when you give your cells, the minerals, vitamins, essential fatty acids, and trace minerals, all of those things, that it really needs, the food is really looking for. It won't crave crazy things, okay? So you won't get caught up in the cravings. Bring yourself the smoothies. Make sure you have something packed for lunch that is healthy. Using, again, the excuses that you're just too busy, that it's just too this, that it's just too that, there's just no way you can do it. You got to stop and think. Is that really true? Or am I using that as an excuse? Is that a habit? Is that a pattern? Do I repeat it every year? Probably. So how can I change things now? How can I change things now? How can I do things differently tomorrow? What can I start to do tomorrow so that I don't do this? And often it can just be, I'm going to be more conscious. Before I go to grab that, right? Before I go to grab that treat thing or 5 cookies, I'm going to stop and go, either I can have just one a day. I can have 1 treat a day. I can have 1 delicious, really good treat a day. And be happy with that. But if you tell yourself there's no way I can have any, I shouldn't have any, oh my God, why am I doing this? Well, if I have 1, that's really bad, so I might as well have 5 because I'm already being a bad person for having 1. That's when you trap yourself, right? That's when you trap yourself. And bring healthy food to work. If you're eating healthy food, you're going to crave less of the crap. And even if you eat some of the crap, at least you're eating also healthy food. There's no all or nothing. That's not like, okay, I'm going to eat nothing but crap over the Christmas holidays, or I'm going to completely deny myself and I'm going to deprive myself and I'm going to have only healthy food, right? Stop doing that. It doesn't have to be. I have a group going right now, Clean Eating Simplified, through the holiday season. They are doing amazing. And they are eating healthy food most of the time. And then they're allowing themselves to have a little bit of the other stuff when they freaking want it. And then when Christmas time comes, they can eat whatever they want because they have gone through a period of time of getting used to eating healthy every day. That means you have healthy food every day, but you may have a treat too, which is fine, right? This is how I live, you guys. This is how I live. There was a time in my life when I decided, because of health reasons, when I decided to go super clean for an extended period of time, but that was my choice. I chose it. I did it. It got my body balanced and lost weight, like in such a good, quite quick way. But you got to do what feels good. But that doesn't mean it's all or nothing. Remember, there's always a choice. You know what healthier food is. You know the food and how you feel when you eat too much of the crap or too much of the sugar, right? So again, it's making a choice every day. And if you think yesterday I screwed up, I shouldn't have eaten all that sugar, I shouldn't have eaten that, that's okay, let it go, it's over. Stop repeating yesterday. Stop repeating the past. New day, new you, new moment, new hour, new minute. Every minute you can make a new choice. Doesn't matter what you did the last minute, okay? So just being more conscious. And then at the stress, same kind of thing. You're probably telling yourself and convincing yourself you should be stressed. You are stressed. It's this time of year, so of course you're stressed. Of course, you know, you're buying into the, of course, this is the way it needs to be or should be, but it doesn't have to be. You choose how you react. You choose how you feel, but you can also choose to slow yourself down. So when you notice you're feeling this hyperness, right, go back. Set up some time throughout your day where you connect back to yourself, taking some deep breaths, being fully present in the moment. Do some EFT, emotional freedom technique tapping. You can look that up on YouTube, EFT. That helps calm your nervous system. Also, breathing calms your nervous system. So inhaling through your nose in a slow way, exhaling from your mouth. And if you're feeling super, then you inhale and exhale. Because you want to move that energy, right? Feelings, emotions are meant to move, not be contracted in. So often when we're at work or in a stressful situation in public, we... and it just balls up inside of you. Makes you feel worse. Really bad for your body too. So when you have a moment or wherever you can, it's like, and just being conscious and allowing feelings, emotions, energy to flow through you, like come and go, because that's what it's meant to do. Emotions are supposed to be energy in motion. Emotion, right? We don't want to hold on and block through them. So it's okay. It's okay if you have a day that's a little more stressed than others. Let go, live with it, live through it, breathe through it, experience it, but don't hold on to it. Don't talk about it. Don't replay it in your head. And don't replay when you've eaten something you shouldn't or you think you shouldn't. There's nothing that's ever really wrong. If you eat it, oh well. What are you going to choose the next time, Diana? Right? And not allowing yourself to say, oh, well, does that mean I can have 5 cookies a day if I just say, oh, well? Well, you can choose to do that, but there's also always consequences. So another thing is to look at, so if I just allow myself to get caught up in stress all the time without being more conscious and mindful, and I do the same with food, what are the consequences? I'm going to be really hard on myself. I'm not going to feel good about myself. My clothes aren't going to fit properly. I'm going to maybe get headaches because of all the sugar. I'm going to feel more tired. I'm going to have crazy cravings and eat more junk. My emotions are going to be all over the place. And maybe the inflammation, right? You could get aches and pains and sore and this or that, right? All of these things. So it's just like being mindful and being more conscious during and throughout your day. And then in the morning, kind of setting intentions. Okay. Like every morning, right? It's like, okay, how do I... Taking that time to start your day in a calm and centered way, and then choosing, okay, I'm going to choose to absolutely do my best today. I'm going to be conscious of the choices I'm making, how I'm reacting, how I am dealing with things. I'm going to choose to take some deep breaths. I'm going to choose to smile. I'm going to choose to give love. I'm going to choose to live with more joy. I'm going to choose to enjoy the Christmas trees, the lights, the Christmas music. I'm going to enjoy this season. I'm going to take a cookie from when someone brings it to the office and say, thank you. Thank you for being so nice and bringing these things to us. I'm just going to eat one and it's okay. Maybe I'll eat only half, right? You don't have to keep telling yourself the same old things. Then keep so that you keep those patterns going that you're not happy with, right? It's all a choice. It's all a choice. And yes, there are certain things you can do to learn to deal with the stress and anxiety, right? So I'm very conscious about that and making sure that you have time to look into that. I do that in all my programs. Okay. We deal with that in all my programs because health is really about managing your whole self, your whole body, right? Body, mind, and soul, right? What you eat, your thoughts, where your mind goes, and your soul, taking time for you, honoring you, loving yourself, and treating yourself in the best way possible, right? So if you need to know any more about my programs or coaching, especially that's coming up now and in the new year, or you need one-on-one, reach out to me through Facebook Messenger. I would be very happy to speak to you. Don't forget my YouTube channel, Diana Marchand, and I have a website, dianamarchand.com, that I do put new programs, and I have some free trainings on there also. So take a look at that. All right. Have an amazing day, evening, wherever you are. And let me know if you have any questions or comments about anything. Post them below. Okay, bye-bye.